Yep, so meeting has started. We've had people started joining. We'll give it a few minutes for everyone to come in and yeah, more people coming in. All right, yeah. I'll give it a minute more before we get started. Any latecomers can join.
Let's kick it off.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, people can join in as we go through. Yeah, let's get started then. Morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend and you've had your coffee, so you're up and awake. Today's session is a 30-minute session, so it's not long. Um, it's going to be an introduction to AI and Copilot and why it matters. It's going to be a very informal session. As I said, 30 minutes. We'll have 5 to 10 minutes at the end for questions. So yeah, if you've got any questions, you can put them in the chat and we'll get to them um, as the session ends. I will share my screen now. Let me know if you can't see it. Yeah, so you should be able to see the screen now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Yeah, we've got a few more people coming in. Welcome, everyone. So let's kick off the webinar. Introduction to AI and Copilot and why it matters. Now, I'm sure you've heard this many times, but I'm going to say it again anyway. Um, Drafting emails, usually customer emails, or you've got emails in your inbox. Any important email usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes to respond to. With Copilot, you can draft or reply to emails in as low as 60 seconds. You can summarize long meetings, like an hour, 2 hour long meetings in 30 seconds. You can turn raw Excel data into executive reports without even touching a single formula. And that's at least an hour to 2 hours back in your day, every single day. Companies adopting AI see productivity improvements of up to 40%. But here's the reality. Most businesses don't know how and where to start. Today's session is exactly that. We're going to show you exactly how and where to start with Copilot. Before we begin, a little intro of who I am. Najim Hassan. I'm the Business Development Manager at Lookup and Head of Client Strategy. Been in this technology space for about 16 years. AI Readiness Lead at Lookup. A lot of clients managed. Little something personal about myself. I love traveling. And of course, because of that, I love trying different cuisines. Ironically, I've not had a holiday in the last 4 years. but hopefully we can change that this year and I can go back to traveling. Now, what is Copilot? And again, I'm sure you all have heard this, and I know you know, but we're going to tell you that anyway. Copilot is your AI-powered assistant embedded directly into the Microsoft 365 apps, like your Words, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams. Think of it as a tool that helps you write, summarize, analyze, and create, all without leaving the apps and tools you already know and use. For me, the beauty of Copilot is its simplicity and no extra software required, no complicated setups. As I said, it's just built into the apps that you already use. So it's good to go once you have that license activated. Now, all of you know there's a free version of Copilot, and then there is a pro version, which is a paid version of Copilot. In this part of the webinar, we're going to break down quickly the differences between the two. Now, if you're a solo professional, just a one-man band testing or wanting to test AI for the first time, I would recommend go with the free version. Start with the free version, get a taste of things. You can download the 365 app and you can start using it, the free version. But if you manage a team, run client meetings, or spend more than 1 hour a month doing repetitive tasks like email follow-ups, report generation, then Copilot just pays off for itself, literally within the first week. Now, at Lookup, we help businesses evaluate this decision based on actual workflows analysis, not guesswork. And as I said, you can use the tool to draft emails, summarize meetings, report generation. This just shows you quickly the amount of time that you can get back in your day, the amount of time you can save on a monthly basis. And these numbers are based on research. Now, this is the exciting part, and I'm sure that's what you're all here for, the live demo. We're going to show you Copilot in action, what it can do. I'm going to do 2 demos. First demo will be basically drafting a client follow-up email. So I've had one of my colleagues send me a email that is going to be asking me for a quote or asking me for more information. We're going to use Copilot to draft a response, and demo 2 will be summarizing a Teams meeting. Now, here's the email that I've had. I'll zoom in a bit. Here's the email that I had my colleague send to me, asking for pricing for his business based on a 5-user managed services and cybersecurity agreement. Now, usually, if you respond to an email like this, you'll need to have all the numbers, you'll need to have all the information in front of you. Can take between 10 to 20 minutes to draft a response to this. Now, with Copilot, it becomes very easy. When you reply, Copilot is already there asking you what you want to do. So simply click on this and you can have all these pre-filled information and responses that you can customize as well. So you can actually go into, when you're setting up Copilot, you can go into the settings, you can give Copilot access to all your information, company, pricing, whatever that might be. And then when you respond to the customer, it will give the customer all the details so you don't have to do the hard work. So let's try one thing. Let's do send a quote, respond. So Copilot is thinking, you've asked it to draft an email based on your pricing. Now, because I've done this exercise already, I've given it pricing, I've given it all the information. So it's drafted an email right there. Now, you can make it shorter using Copilot. You can make it longer. You can even make change the tone of the email. You can be direct, you can be casual, formal. This is my favorite. You can actually respond to the email like a poem. Now let's check that one out. Now it's drafted the response to the email in a poem, which which is well, I don't know if that's going to be professional, but hey, it's an option, right? And you can discard it and then go back into it and ask it to draft again. You can say need more details, make it longer, and it can go in and draft the response with what you want. Let's discard it. Where did it go? There we go. Give an update. Again, it's got all the information that you need to send, so you can draft it whichever way you want. So once I've done all that exercise, it saves me at least 10 to 15 minutes of my time responding to these emails. So I imagine now you've got 10 emails like this that you need to respond to. So, that 10 minutes, that 5 minutes that you saved responding to that email, that times that by 10, that's more than an hour a day that you can save. And that's just with emails. Now, second thing, the demo two will be about Teams meeting summarization. So this is a draft that I've created using Copilot. It's a fake uh, thing. It's not real. This meeting did not happen. So this is the transcript of the meeting. So what you can do once you've got the Copilot set up in your Teams, once the meeting is finished, it automatically transcribes the whole meeting. And you can even give it tasks like at the end of the meeting, not just transcribe, but you can give it options like give me to-dos from that meeting. What are my to-dos? What are customers' to-dos? What needs to be achieved at the end of the day? So in this exercise, we've just basically got the transcript, and Copilot can now summarize that for you. So you can say, insert a summary. So Copilot will read all this and create a summary for you, what needs to be done. Now you can ask it specific things that you want to do. Let's say I can ask it, what are my to-dos? Now, this is what my action items are from this meeting. What are customers' to-dos? There you go. So at the end of the meeting, if you've got this list of summary of your tasks and customers' tasks, and if you could email that to the customer, that makes the customer think that you're a professional who knows what you're doing, because not only you've got the summary of the meeting, but what needs to be achieved afterwards. What are your tasks? What you need to do? What the customer needs to do? So usually in the past, what used to happen was, you've got your notebook, you're taking all the notes, and once the meeting was done, you go through all your notes, put a summary together, got the to-dos together. That will take anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. This can do in 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Makes life easy, gives you back that time. So if you got, let's say, 2 to 3 meetings a day that you need to summarize, that you need to get action items out of, this can save you heaps of time a day. And that's the whole point. That is the whole point of this, saving 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and throughout the day, that adds up to a lot of time saved. another slide just to show you that before versus after with Copilot, how much time you can save. And again, it's per day, but when you look at it throughout the month, it saves you heaps of time. Now, next webinar. As you all know, this is a series of 4 webinars that we're going to do. This is the first one. There's going to be a second one next week, same Monday, same time. Now, in that webinar, we're going to show you 5 advanced Copilot prompts that Microsoft does not advertise. Now, what this can do, it can automate your reporting, weekly reporting, and you can turn messy data into executive-ready presentations without even touching PowerPoint. These are techniques that I usually use on a day-to-day basis. And if you think this demo was nice, it was good, wait until you see what's possible with what we've got for next week. Now, a few things I want you guys to do. First thing, register for webinar 2. After this webinar finishes, we'll send out an email as a thank you, and it will have links to the rest of the webinars as well. So second, third, fourth, please register for the webinars for the next ones. Step 2, test Copilot. If you can download the free version, test it. Test it on something, or one task, pick a task that wastes most of your time throughout the day, drafting emails, meeting notes, reports, whatever that might be. Use the free version of Copilot. And when you come to webinar 2, you'll have more questions, I'm sure. And step 3, if you're unsure whether Copilot free or Pro makes more sense for you or your business, you can email me directly. I can analyze your workflows and give you clear recommendations. And this is not a sales pitch, just strategy and advice. And this is something that I tell everyone. A lot of people come to me, AI is replacing us. AI isn't replacing us. It's giving us leverage. At the end of the day, I think what the question is whether we take it or we don't. Now, thank you, everyone. Now we've come to the end of webinar 1. I'm going to open the chat for any questions that you might have. Yep, feel free to ask any questions. In fact,
Will there be recordings available after the webinars?
Yes, there will be. So once the webinar finished, everyone should get a link to the recording of the webinar. And using Copilot, I'll do a summary of the webinar as well. Key items that we touched on, the presentation itself as well, and of course the recording of the webinar. And like I said, if you've got any questions, anything specific that you're interested in or wanting to know more on, I would recommend just email me directly, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help.
Thank you. And does the Copilot work with the desktop version of Outlook?
Yes, it will. The paid version, yes, it will work with the desktop version. Other questions, Veronica? Oh, thank you, Veronica. If there's no other questions, guys, again, if there are, and you can't think of anything now, it comes to you later on. Happy for you to email me, reach out to me directly. Any questions, more than happy to help. But If there are no more questions, I think we can end the webinar a bit early. But yeah, after the webinar, we will be sending out the recordings, the presentation, and links to the next webinar. So webinar 2, 3, 4, which are going to be next week. The second is going to be next week, Monday, and the Monday after, and the Monday after that, same time, 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. or 10:30 a.m. So yeah, any questions, reach out. But if not, thank you again for joining us. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you all in the second webinar. Thank you.